Hey guys, and welcome to the AEK Daily Podcast, where we're going to be covering a bunch of stuff that has to do with AEK, our favorite club, and anything that has to do with AEK and, in general, Greek football at times and things like that, we're going to be talking about. And first of all, I'd like to really say thank you to everyone that watched the first podcast and subscribed to the channel and everything like that. Thank you so much. We might not be like hundreds of thousands of viewers and 100,000 subscribers or anything like that yet, but we have to take baby steps. And the fact that I had around 80 people watching the first podcast about AEK in English and things like that really made me happy because this is something I want to take further down the road, and I hope you guys like it and the way we talk about the game and everything like that. And it was really nice to see that a lot of people liked it and everything like that, because after all, this is our club. This is what we care about, no matter what language. As long as we understand it, we want to talk about it. Again, this is for people that are either in America, Australia, or anywhere in the world that don't really understand Greek but love AEK, because I know people like that. And it's also to attract new supporters, like we had said in the first podcast. But you guys seem to like it. The people that watched it liked it. And I really liked the feedback that I got. It was a nice little experience, and I'm going to keep on doing it because it's AEK and I love AEK, you know? So, yeah. That was a really fun thing to do, that first podcast. I'm not going to lie. It was very fun. And I just hope I keep doing these podcasts and you guys liking them and everything like that, because I think we all like to listen to things about AEK in general as much as we can, get as much information about them as possible. But anyways, what we're going to talk about today are the Greece versus Sweden game, how well Szymanski played for Poland this week. We're going to predict the AEK against the Ionikos game that's on Sunday, and I'm going to say what I want the team to line up at like and everything like that. But for us to get started, yesterday was one of the nicest mornings because I went on Instagram the second I woke up, and I just saw everywhere. You guys saw the picture posted of the number 19 in the stadium. In the Hagia Sophia, just number 19 on the seats and the chairs and the stands with the number 19. And today again I woke up and now the two-headed eagle was there in the stands, and it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful to see our home getting so close to being ready, and it's just unbelievable to see that in less than a year, pretty much, in about a year, we're going to be playing in there. We're going to be playing in there. We're finally going to be in our home after what it feels like 100 years. We're going to be in our house, in our home. Not some big 80,000-seater monstrosity that is far away from the field. We're going to be close to the field. And I just think it's insane. I really think it's insane that we will be sitting next year, this time, in our home. That is a big deal, to be playing in our home. It sounds strange, but there's always an empty piece in an AEK supporter's heart because of AEK. AEK, yes, there's been really nice memories in there, of course, like winning the league, beating Milan, winning cup games in there. There's good memories in there, but there's also bad ones. But it's a football team. You have good memories and bad memories, but you want those good memories and bad memories to happen in your home, you know? You don't want to be doing it somewhere where it's not AEK. You don't want to be doing it in a stadium that you're sharing it with Panathinaikos or something. And yeah, it's just insane seeing it. I feel like I'm watching my baby grow up with this stadium because I was there in Nea Philadelphia, like when they had started the construction. I was there like in the middle of the construction. I go sometimes now still to see it, and I go, and every day my kid just gets bigger and just grows up every day, getting taller and bigger. But for real, it's going to be, I think, for every AEK fan, a really emotional experience. Obviously, there's more than 32,000 AEK fans, so not everyone's going to be able to go to the match, like the first game there. But I kid you guys not. If you love AEK, which I know all of you do, you guys need to try hard to get a ticket to that first game. I know I am. But I may know some people kind of hook me up already. Yeah. It's going to be really emotional. I'm not going to be surprised if I start tearing up and crying when I walk in there because I'm 21 years old. So I've never really lived near Philadelphia. All I have lived was AEK, which, like I said, I went to my first game, I think it was 2008, and my cousin took me, and it was AEK Daily, so it was around New Year's, something like that, and we won 3-2. That was in AEK, and that was a beautiful memory. I loved it. I'll never forget it. It was a great game, too. And it would just be nicer to do it in our home. And now we have a home, guys. We have a home. This is our home. People will talk and say, look at Hagia Sophia, that's where AEK plays. Or Paparina, whatever you want to call it. But Hagia Sophia is way better. We're going to be playing in our home, and that's insane to me. That is insane. That's insane because, like I said, I'm 21. I never lived in Philadelphia. I never lived it. Isn't that crazy for a team that's from Nea Philadelphia to not play there? And for all this generation of young fans to never watch a game with AEK in that stadium in Nea Philadelphia? Like, the closest I've ever been to going to a stadium to watch AEK is in a stadium in Nea Philadelphia was in Rizupoli when we lifted the trophy. And then we went on the fiesta in Nea Philadelphia. And that was fucking amazing, you know? But we didn't lift it in our own house. But anyways, it's fantastic news. It just put a smile on my face. Today the same, because every day I think they're just going to be posting new pictures of what it looks like and everything like that. It's amazing. It's amazing to see. It's really getting the AEK fans excited. I'm telling you guys, I don't think AEK fans have been this excited in a while. Like, for a new season to start. Possibly the season that we got back from the second division and back into the first. But this is like excitement to another level. You can feel it, but it's quiet excitement. We know every year, every new season comes and we're like, we have a good team, and then we eat shit. But this year it feels different. It feels different because the fans are acting different as well. We're very excited, and you can feel the strong energy like building, but we're all kind of laying it back, relaxed, being like, okay, yep, this is a really good time to be an AEK fan. We got the stadium, we got the players, we got the owner, we got this, we got that. Everything is going well, and the AEK fans are extremely excited, but we're keeping it like, it's like we all had this conversation with each other and just saying, okay, guys, look, we have a kick-ass team. The stadium's getting ready. We can't talk too much, though. Let's not talk. Let's wait and see. And let's just see how it goes. But we're excited. And let's keep it on the down low and see how everything goes and shit like that. Okay, cool. It's a nice time to be an AEK fan. It's a really nice time to be an AEK fan because you're just keeping it. It's building up the energy because I know if something good happens this season, I know that we're just going to explode into joy. Explode, though. And this is we're just going to go crazy. Boy, wouldn't that be something, huh? Walking into Hagia Sophia as champions. You know? That'd be amazing. On to our next thing. We're just going to talk a little bit about the Greece versus Sweden game last night. Greece, man. I'm Greek. You may not understand that because of my English, but I am Greek. And I always supported the Greek team and stuff like that. But damn, these past few years, it's been hard, man. It's been really hard to watch this Greek team. There's not. I think you guys can agree with me that there's this certain jealousy of other countries when you're watching the World Cup or the Euros and you see them play and you're not playing. Like, you feel this envy towards them. You're jealous of them because you're like, fuck, I wish I was having a nice memory like that. Well, we haven't had that since 2014. We still have a long road of us ahead for our group to go to Qatar. But last night was a big step in the right direction. We could have gotten 6 points. We got 4, but we could have gotten 6. And last night was a truly big step into the right direction because we beat Sweden 2-1. A goal from Bakasetas and a goal from Pavlidis. And Bakasetas, man, how did we give him away? How? I was talking with someone last night and that's close to the team and the team news and everything, and I'm like, why did he leave? Why did Bakasetas leave? And he's like, for a better future. And of course, anyone that leaves, they all obviously want to go for a better future and a better reason, either that be money, either that be career. But let's take away the financials, because I'm not quite sure exactly how much Bakasetas was getting paid in Turkey or anything like that. Let's get away from that. Was the quality of football that much better where he went and played? Honestly, I'm not saying it like... I feel like he could have done... If he stayed, we could have built a little bit around that and made a better team, you know? Because I remember Bakasetas at AEK, he would score goals. He was doing really well. And it was fun to watch. But now, for Greece, he did the same. He was captain last night. He really kicked ass. That kid Louvikas kicked ass. Zavelas had a great game last night. He had a great game. He played like at the last minutes. He headed this ball far away from the area, and the way he just headed it was like he just said, the fuck out of here. We're winning this game. We don't care. This is for Greece. And he just heads the ball all the way what looked like the other goal. Zavelas had a good game, so that's good for us to see as AEK fans. It's always a good thing. Madalos, he did not play last night. And, no playing time for him. We really played with passion. I liked it. It was a really good game. One guy that I think for Greece didn't play too well, and I don't think a lot of times fits the team. This may be controversial, but I don't think Pavlidis fits the team that well. Because if you look at it, on the sides we have like these flexible, fast-running dudes, and the whole team pretty much is built like that. You got Zavelas, that's a center back, and he's like running through the wings and everything like that. We got Tsimikas, who's fast and quick, and we got guys that are kind of like, they have pace on them. They have a way of moving easily. Pavlidis doesn't really have that for me. There were a lot of times yesterday where he looked nervous, which happens. They're humans too, but it looked like he couldn't handle some things. Like he'd get the ball and he wanted to get rid of it right away, even if the player he was passing to was obviously offside. He just wanted to get rid of it. He didn't think too much and things like that. But I hope the kid's okay, and I hope he gives us more goals and everything like that, because that's all that matters in the end. But yeah, guys, Greece beat Sweden. We're in third place right now. That's really exciting. And we need to make the right moves and things like that, because that's all that matters right now. Next thing we're going to talk about is Damian Szymanski. Szymanski, guys, if you follow me on Instagram, I made a post like a week ago saying how Szymanski has always been AEK's silent killer. He's a dog, and I always said that he's a very talented player. And I wouldn't be surprised. I play Football Manager, right? And whenever I start a new game, I always put Szymanski like in the starting 11, because I think he's a player that you could build a team out of. Now, I'm not saying obviously replace Zuber with Szymanski, but I think he has what it takes to be like a real leader of the team, because this guy can play. He's a great midfielder, and for some reason, he's always been left out of these talks when talking about good AEK players and things like that. And I think that has something to do with how he's quiet, maybe. He doesn't talk much. He just sits and plays, which is, I think, a good sign a lot of times. I think it's better to be the silent player that's kicking ass rather than the loud one that's getting his ass kicked, you know? But Szymanski always shows up for work. He always goes and plays hard, and he's a great midfielder. Well, the world found that out now, and he had a great game, the first game this week with Poland, and then against England yet last night, he scores the winning goal in the 92nd minute with a cross from Lewandowski. Now the world knows about him. And now what I'm scared about, honestly, this might not make any sense, but I'm scared that this is going to cause a lot of attention. Someone's going to want to come pick him up, okay? Because I want him to stay at AEK. I want him to. It was kind of nice that people didn't realize how good of a player he was, because that meant that we have him and he's like our secret weapon, you know? The guy's a boss, straight up. He's a great player. And now people are getting attention to him for sure, because you know these scouts, okay, there's scouts that come to Greece and watch AEK games sometimes and stuff like that. But when you're on the highest level in the World Cup qualifications and you're playing against England, where the whole English nation is watching, you're going to get some attention if you score a last-minute goal, you know? So I wouldn't be surprised if some English guys now are like, okay, check him out. I could see Szymanski in a Premier League team. I can. And that team that I could see him on, honestly, is West Ham United. He fits their style perfectly, everything. That's where I could see him. But let's hope no West Ham fans are listening to this and they fucking come and take him. But yeah, Szymanski's been getting assists. He's been getting goals. It was a really nice week for him in Poland. And I think that's exactly what he needs for AEK, to kind of recharge his batteries and bring him into the team and just go hard. Motivate him for the new game. Yeah. It was, the nice thing about that was having him like represent AEK so nicely. I don't know why, I just feel so good when an AEK player does something big with his national team. Like Livaja, okay, he's not an AEK player anymore, but Livaja, he scored for Croatia, and I was like, he used to play for us, that's our guy. But Szymanski, like, I follow a bunch of English football pages, and they were writing, Szymanski, this baller, scores last minute in Greek style, the midfielder for AEK Athens. And I was like, fuck yeah, that's awesome. One of the biggest English pages is talking about AEK like that. It's good to have players that represent your team correctly. I think that's really good. And it made me happy to see the kid do it because he looked really happy. So that's good, and I think we can use him in a lot of games this season. Just because we have a great midfield doesn't mean it can't be better. Szymanski's going to be getting game time. I'm sure of it, he'll be getting game time. Yeah, it was a nice week. It was a nice 24 hours in general, if you're a Greek football fan and an AEK fan, because of the stadium. We see the stadium. We wake up in the morning, we see the stadium. It comes to nighttime, we see that, that Greece beats Sweden, and then Poland has Szymanski score the winner against Harry Kane's England. It's amazing. It was nice. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is Levi Garcia. Levi Garcia, guys, is, I think, AEK's, from what we've seen, we haven't seen Zuber, Jeftic, and them really play on AEK yet. But at least before they came, they were on. Garcia's really the most talented player on AEK. And he really has talent. He's injured, and it's starting to look like he won't make it against the Onikos on Sunday. Which, okay, it's fine. It's fine. But he's getting back into his pace and everything like that. He's still doing individual practices. He's expected to come back to practice with the team very soon. And Levy Garcia, man, if he avoids injuries, he can be a leader for this team, and we can keep him. I made a post about this as well, saying that even if that 15 million euro bid from England was true, from Everton, I said on my post we shouldn't accept that bid. Why we shouldn't accept that bid is because too often do we, as AEK fans, and Greek football, if we want Greek football to go up, we can't just keep giving players away in their prime. If you want this to go up, we're always talking about what rankings Greece is in Europe and everything like that. And selling your top players while they're not even at their peak yet is never going to help you. Okay, 15 million euros. I got it. Understandable. It's a nice amount of money. But you lose Garcia, who you can let him develop for a few more years. It's a risk. Let him develop for a few more years at AEK, and then maybe some other bid will come from an even bigger team, and they'll want to pay 25 million euros, because you never know. That's how it works, because now in this globalized world of football, you see these players getting bought from teams you've never heard of for 20 million euros. Why is that? It's because the scouting and the internet and everything has come into this huge mix that allows people to see players from small teams, big teams around the world, and if they want that player, they're just going to go, here, Manchester United's going to be like, here's 30 million bucks. Here's 20 million bucks. Here's 30 million. Here's 25. Just like that, even if you're some small team. And then you're just this small team with an extra 20 million in their bank account because you sold this guy and you waited for him to develop a little bit. Levi's young. Garcia's young. He's 23, I think. Let's keep him 2 more years. Let's keep him till he's 25. They say a football player's prime is 28 years old. Let's keep him at 25, and then another team come get him. If it's the same price, if it's still 15 million euros in 2 years, fuck it, okay. But at least we had Garcia for 2 more years. We don't lose anything. We had Garcia playing and helping us win games for 2 more years. And the best case scenario is we have Garcia helping us for 2 years, and a bigger team or the same team comes and they want to spend double that money to get him because they've seen what a player he's become, and they know that he can become a star. I think management in Greek football and AEK especially, they need to think these things through. They need to let players develop. And I know money is very important and everything, but you have a football team because you want them to win, and you need those players to win. Sometimes you're going to have to lose money for a few years before you make money on a player or on a team, you know? So I need AEK to kind of think of that and maybe say, hey, we got that offer if they got it. Let's stay on him a little bit. Let's give him 2 more years. Just 2 more years, or at least till the contract ends, and we'll see if we want to sell him then. Because Garcia, he's very talented. I can easily see him when he's 25 being sold somewhere in England and Spain somewhere for 20 million bucks. I could. And that's the truth. I really could. All right. That's Garcia that we talked about. He probably won't play. But now let's go on to analyze and talk about AEK versus Ionikos on Sunday. The first game of the season. It will be played at AEK. And let me tell you guys something. I hope everyone listening to this goes to that game. Like we said, we're really excited. This is an exciting time. And this is the first time we're going to see all these players together. We're going to see them all together now, going crazy and on the pitch and really experimenting. So it might be a little chaotic at first. Because football, it's a game of chemistry. And if you don't have good chemistry, it's not going to really work out too well. Thank God we're playing against the Ionikos. The reason I say thank God is because they're a newly promoted team. But don't let that fool you, because a lot of times I'm more scared of small teams because they come to kill. Small teams surprise you out of nowhere. If you watch Premier League, you saw Brentford against Arsenal, the first game of the season. Brentford defeated Arsenal 2-0 after not being in the Premier League for 74 years. Why did they do that? Because they were hungry for a win in that league and they played hard. Ionikos is going to be like this too. Ionikos is going to be like, hey, AEK's got all these players right now. These new players, they look like a great team. Let's go and fucking kick their ass. That's what they're going to be saying. So we got to be really careful against the Onikos. And we all got to go to the stadium and watch them and support them, because this is a really big time to be an AEK fan, and I think it is necessary for us to go and see them play up in person. The way I'd like our team to line up is a classic 4-3-3, focused on attacking from the back and on the wing backs. Even though we have Zavelas and Vranjes in the middle that really can explode out into the midfield. Sometimes they do that. But the lineup that I would like is Stankovic in goal, Zavelas, Vranjes as the two stoppers, Michelin as the right back, and here, depending on how the injury is and who he's going to play, Hadj Safi or Mitai at left back. Then we go into midfield, and I want, as a defensive midfielder, I'd like Letalek, just dropped back a little bit more than the other two, which would be Zuber and Jeftic. And that's where I would put them. Zuber on the left side, Jeftic on the right side, and Letalek a little below them, while they can have space to kind of expand in like the diamond shape going around the pitch. And on right wing, where Garcia would play, I put Amrabat, because Garcia may not make it, so I put Amrabat there. And left wing, you guys may not like this opinion, but right now I think we could put Zuber in left wing, but right now I put Tankovic because he's a left winger, and Araujo at striker. But the Tankovic there, I could easily put Zuber as a left winger and put another midfielder in his position, like Szymanski maybe, or Mandalos even, but I think Szymanski would be a better fit. But like I was saying before, Tankovic didn't have the best season ever with AEK, even though like we were expecting him to and everything like that. But he has talent. He's there. I believe that he has talent and everything. And for a first game against the Onikos, due to injuries, I don't think it would be that big of an issue to put Tankovic there. Even though he's a real big body type dude. And yeah. Amrabat, I'm excited to see Amrabat play like in Araujo. This team sounds beautiful to me, honestly. What I'd like to happen is Michelin rising up the right back area, giving balls straight to Amrabat, and then doing an overlap, getting him into the box, with possibly Zuber just outside of the box and Jeftic with Araujo in the box, and just quick counterattacks like that out of nowhere, just surprising the team like that. My prediction, though, my score prediction, it's pretty hard for me to say, but I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm really excited, and maybe this is my excitement talking here, but I see a 3-0. I can see a 3-0, AEK winning 3-0. And it's not just because I'm an AEK fan, but I'm just like looking at who we're playing against, our players, and how excited we're going to be. It could also work out that we lose. You never know because it's football, but I think worst case scenario, we win by 1 goal, 1-0. And best case, I think 3-0 we're going to win. I think we're going to win 3-0. And I'm really excited, and we got to try to go there. But yeah, that Tankovic thing. Tankovic, I think, again, this is the Greek media. Greek media really just eats people alive. It reminds me a lot of the English media where they don't let a player breathe. If a player makes mistakes, they kill him. No, man. I remember for 2 years we wanted Tankovic. We wanted to get Tankovic for 2 years. 2 fucking years we were talking about Tankovic. Is he coming in January? Is he coming in the summer? When is he coming? We finally get him. He doesn't have the best year ever. He didn't do, in my opinion, didn't play horribly. He got a few goals, he got a few assists. But he didn't do what we thought he'd do. Okay. That's not something we wish to happen, but we don't eat him alive. That's something I don't like to see, especially when it's against our own team, eating players alive. Yes, we can criticize them, but he is our player, and we need to give them time to develop and work out their time here. Maybe Tankovic didn't like his coach, the coach he had last year. Maybe they didn't have good chemistry. This year, as a new coach, we can see him. If he doesn't do well this year, okay, I will be the first to say, yep, I don't think he really fits in here. But right now, Dankovic, I think, is a really good substitution. He's really good for cup games. And sometimes for league games, just like this one, because it's a football season. There's going to be injuries. There's going to be things like that happening. And you just got to get used to things happening and putting players in. We shouldn't give Dankovic away like I was hearing. We should sell Dankovic and shit like that. No. We didn't ask for him 2 years just to give him away after one bad season. You know? They're humans too. They have bad games as well. And all I know is that I'm really excited about AEK. Really, really excited. And let's go. Thank you guys for listening to the AEK Daily Podcast, episode 2. You guys are legends. Mono AEK. Bye-bye, guys.